Welcome back, I'm Jay. We got Steve behind the camera, and today, Steve, we are talking about helmets you should never wear.
Yeah, Jay, safety first.
Yeah, there's a few different helmets that you should never wear, so we want to get into those, make sure everybody knows what's going on.
So the first question is coming from Michelle Baldwin, who wants to know, what do I do about my helmet if it has a small crack in it?
Very easy.
Yes.
Well, it's not so much easy what to do with a helmet that has a small crack in it, but it's easy what not to do, and it's don't play in it. Do not put it on your head again. It doesn't matter if it's preseason, if it's the middle of the season, if it's the middle of the game and you notice a crack, the only bad things are going to happen if you're going to put that helmet back on your head and go back out on the field and ram your head into something.
Yeah, it's a very rare occurrence anyway, but if you see a crack, please take it off your head and do not play with it.
Yeah, so that one's easy.
Easy, okay.
Steve, what's the next question?
The next one is coming from Domingo Vara. Is it a good deal to buy a used helmet? Also, you know, what goes into the reconditioning process? I think that they're probably asking, how do they know if this thing's been recertified?
Yeah, so if you go on to places like eBay, or you maybe have a teammate that is looking to, he just got a new helmet, he's looking to get rid of the old helmet, you know, there'll be what appear to be these fantastic deals for used equipment. It's the most important piece of equipment, I feel.
Sure.
And when you're buying something used, you're buying it as is, which means you have no idea what kind of history that helmet had before. Was it worn by a kicker, or was it worn by a lineman that was getting, you know, pounded dozens of times per game or hundreds of times a week?
Yeah, unlike a car where there's like a Carfax, you can check its history. A helmet, there's no history. So the biggest concern for me would be, well, if it's a 5 or 6 year old helmet, how many times, if ever, has it been properly reconditioned?
So we want to talk about reconditioning a little bit. And in the reconditioning process, or when you're talking about reconditioning a helmet, the manufacturers, NOXI, NERA, Helmet Tracker, you know, the regulatory bodies that are kind of setting the rules and, you know, to make sure that the equipment is up to the proper standards, they recommend that the helmets get reconditioned every year, but at least every 2 years. And
Correct.
Some of the helmet manufacturers actually have it built into their warranty that if you don't get it reconditioned at least every 2 years, the warranty is void after that. All helmets are only able to be reconditioned up to the 10-year point of the helmet. So after 10 years, no reconditioner will even attempt to recondition it, right? So the helmet that you're buying in 2018, by 2028, there may be so many advancements in the technology of the helmets that they don't want you wearing 11, 12-year-old helmets, because they might, I mean, the helmets of today might not meet the standards of the helmets in 2028.
Sounds also kind of like you buy a used helmet, now you want to be sure it's safe, so you send it off to get reconditioned. You could drop another $50, $100.
Hundreds of dollars. We work closely with a lot of the helmet reconditioners, and we've heard horror stories where individuals will send a helmet off to get reconditioned, and so much of the helmet internals will have to be replaced. It's $200, $250 in reconditioning, because the reconditioner has to go out and buy all those parts and put it all back in. So if you're sending your helmet off for reconditioning and it's used and it's been used heavily, the bladders could need to be replaced, the face mask could need to be replaced, the chin strap, the buckles, the hardware that attaches the face mask, all of those pieces potentially could fail. When you have a lot of those pieces failing, all that is doing is driving up the bill. So when you get a quote to have a helmet reconditioning, the quote is assuming that none of those pieces have to get reconditioned, or very few of them have to get replaced. So either you get a quote for, say, $50 to recondition a helmet, doesn't include shipping, so you got to get it there wherever you're sending it off to, and it's got to get back. That could be another $15, $20, maybe $25 each way, right? Yeah. Then you got to pay $50 for the recon, which basically means that it's going to be inspected, it's going to be cleaned out, it's going to be possibly repainted, sometimes yes, sometimes no. You know, sanded down and all that stuff and put back together, but really what it's doing is giving you that label that says, yes, this helmet's good for another year, and we've done the what needs to be done to the helmet to assure that it's at that level of quality. But the reality is they don't know what's going to be needed on that helmet until they start taking it all apart.
Just be careful, because if you're going to drop $150 on a used helmet, you could potentially drop another $150 on recon. Now you're more expensive than just buying a new one. It's crazy.
Yeah, Yeah, and a new helmet, not only is it brand new, which means that it's got 10 years left of life in it as far as the the regulators and the manufacturers go, but you know exactly what you're getting.
Right.
And you asked me before the video, Steve, how good a deal would it have to be if I was a player and I was going to be purchasing a used helmet? And my answer to you was, if I was getting the helmet for $0 and it was used, I still wouldn't take it because I don't know the history. Even if I took it and then sent it off to reconditioning without knowing what I'm getting sight unseen, it could, like you said, it could be $150, $200 if all of those components on the inside have to be changed. And it's not unheard of for an internal bladder to be bad. And those things might cost, I don't know, $40, $50.
Yes, we do have a business that we're running, but we also have this show that we like to entertain and educate, and we really do want you to be safe. So just be smart.
The most important thing is that you're going onto the field with the safest equipment possible. Looks are what drive a lot of the sales in the equipment world in general in any sports, but the reality is you want to make sure that you're getting the right piece of equipment that fits you. Everybody's head is different.
Yep.
Everybody fits every helmet different.
No doubt.
And you got to make sure that you're getting what's best for you as far as fit wise. What it looks like in the mirror should be secondary or not even in the top 5. It should be, how does it fit 1, 2, and 3, right?
It's true.
And the better it fits, it stands to reason, the better it's going to protect you in that off chance that there's a massive hit.
If anybody's looking to buy a new helmet, we'll ease the burden a little bit by giving you 10% off of anything in the site. So we'll throw a code up on the screen here that you can use at checkout. There you go. And to our YouTube family, keep the comments and questions coming because we really enjoy it and we want to help.
So when you're buying a used helmet, Steve, the one thing that I would say that helmet would be good for would be as a display piece.
Correct. Good point.
So if you want to rebuild your helmet from high school, or you just you're kind of a do-it-yourselfer and you want to have something nice and shiny and you want to tinker around with it, go get yourself one of those ones off of eBay. I would not recommend any helmet used off of eBay or anywhere else. Really appreciate it. Like, subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, let us know. Give us a thumbs up for this one. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers.